Say, goddamn. You said, all right. I said, let's do a podcast. Let's sit down. Let's get a coffee. Let's just talk about 1, 2, 3, 4. Coffee with a Sam. Got a little podcast. Grab yourself a little coffee and a podcast.
You get your bins cleaned. Mine stink so bad. Like, I've even thought of doing it myself.
I don't think they'll come that far, mate. It's a bit far to come to London from.
I wonder how long his hose is.
It's down the M6.
Mine absolutely reeks. Wait till I kill one of them rats. They're going in it as well.
Did you catch one?
Nah. So I was sat outside in it. Obviously, they're like nocturnal. So I sat outside and I hear it. It sounded like a cat fell off a fence. And I thought, oh, here we go, like game time. Next door neighbour's light come on. So I'm like sat facing this way. The one on the left come on, and I'm thinking, okay, so they've gone round that way. Mate, this little thing creeped up by me, like through the fence.
How big are the rats, bro? They're setting off.
Mate, I've seen them.
They're
like
setting
cats.
off moving lights, like honestly, as in like motion lights.
Yeah, they're like cats, honestly. And it creeped through the fence, and I've absolutely laid an egg. And I've jumped, it legged it, and I've not seen it since.
See, you're sat there with a gun, thinking that you're like, yeah, bro, I'm going to get this rat. And then the rat's just literally sat next to you like, what's up, bro?
There's me thinking like,
jumped.
Do you know that off like cartoons?
I can imagine it's like, Tom and Jerry, bro.
Yeah.
The gun goes up, shoots yourself in the foot. The rat's just like, ah. You're screaming, the rat's screaming.
Just looking at it. Yeah, I'm sat with a beer and I'm like, do you want one? I'm thinking, what are you doing there?
You end up with the rat in your lap, or the rat ends up holding you. You're just in the rat's hands, like.
Yeah, just like, oh my God, what should we do? And he's like, I don't think we should be doing this. But yeah, mate, honestly, laid an egg.
Pretend that never happened.
Yeah, I just called it a night. Rethink my strategy.
I can imagine you just drunk, sat there like a hillybilly. Like,
yeah.
with a rifle in your hand.
Proper redneck, chewing on a bit of wheat as well.
It's warm out today. It's going to be warm out tomorrow. It's like the Deliverance, that movie, isn't it? Deliverance.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding. I can imagine you in your back garden.
Gunlight behind me here, just playing the guitar, just like ding, 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 and all of a sudden this rat is like maybe
sat on
jump.
Your guitar.
I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, I can imagine, mate.
The thought going through my head as well, isn't it? Like, how do I make it sound like I scared the rat away? And I just had to come clean, and I've said like, I think the rat has definitely got the upper hand psychologically.
Right, you've just done it live on a podcast, mate, so everyone knows now.
Oh, you know what? I'm honest. At the end of the day, like honestly, this is what my time off has done to you. It's between me and the rats, and so far the rats are like 3-0 up.
What's the other stories then? Share them.
There was one, so I tried to bait one hole, and they created a new hole. So I baited the 2 holes, like with traps, and they created like 3 holes. So honestly, they're costing me like an arm and a leg in like traps. So I'm buying traps, 1-0 rat. I'm thinking, all right, cool. But now I'm like doing my research, innit? I'm thinking, what would Attenborough do? He probably wouldn't kill the rat. He'd probably stroke it. But I'm thinking, what would Attenborough do? So I've done it properly, and I've literally had the rat eating out the trap. And the trick is not to set the trap. So you got to get the rat to trust it. And I'm thinking, cool, like on the 4th day, it's eating out the trap. I set the trap. It's eating out the trap, and the trap's not gone off. So I'm sat here going, oh. I thought, all right, it's not bad. It's not gone off. And I've done it.
I've got visions of you like lay with camouflage over you, full camouflage on your face, underneath like just your eyes, watching this rat like Mouse Trap. Is it Mouse? Yeah, Mouse Hunt.
Yeah,
the movie. Lee Evans,
yeah, with Lee Evans.
mate. And you're just there, and this mouse is just, well, the rat's just like standing on the trap like this. It's middle finger up.
He's making peanut butter and cheese sandwiches, and he's looking at me going, "Mate, you're just feeding me. You are absolutely useless at this."
Got these binoculars, and the rat just turns while it's eating his PB&J.
Yeah, yeah, honestly. And you laugh about being camouflaged. Literally, my Amazon history is searching up ghillie suits. So I thought, because it's one of them things. I think, right, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it properly. I'm going to get a ghillie suit, and you know what? They're surprisingly inexpensive.
Oh.
I haven't done it yet.
I can imagine just next time I come to your house, you just got a shed built. It's got little like bird watching holes. Like this is where I go one. And you got a big hole in the ground, like picking up a piece of wood. Get in. And that's what.
Trapdoor.
Just a little eye hole with a thing holding the trapdoor up, just looking out.
Have you seen those duck blinds in it where they go up like high in like the trees? I'm gonna have one of them on top of my garage. Complete disregard for what my neighbours or the council think of this 2-story duck blind, but
just the rats are 3-0 up, guys. I need this. I need the height. I've come from the ground. I've come from middle ground. I need to go up. I need to find the best strategy. Birds catch rats from above, so I'm gonna have to. You're gonna have to fly in.
Go from above.
You're gonna have to fly in like a drone. Bring a drone in, or fly in. Big fake wings.
I'm gonna have to come like off the top rope, innit, with a flying elbow.
Knocking on your door. Your mum's like, well, he's in the garden again.
Yeah.
You might not find him because he's dressed in camo. Could be on the garage. Could be in the ground. Just watch him get shot.
And you know what the funny thing was? Danielle said to me, I said, I'm sat outside, dressed in all black, like trying to keep warm, innit, with this gun. Like my fingers absolutely freezing to this air rifle. And Danielle's texting me, and I'm like, oh yeah, like really clever. Like I'm sat here, I'm waiting for him. I've got it set, like. And she goes, they can see you, you know. I said, nah, no chance, no way. Turns out they can.
They can see you.
It's absolutely peeked through the fence. And he's gone, you twat. I can absolutely see you sat there.
I can't believe that they were stupid enough to set off the motion censored light.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
They seem pretty clever, but
maybe it's 3-1 Jack, because now I know they can set off motion censored lights.
I can't believe they're that big to set up a bloody motion sensor light, mate. They've got to be cats.
Do you know how it all started? Is like, so my mum's scared of rats. And I come home. I was out somewhere, and it probably trying to catch a rat somewhere else. And she goes, Jack, I've just seen this rat. And she goes, it's massive. And I thought, it's just phobia, innit? I thought, all right, mum, like, whatever. Like, it's probably like this big, don't care. So I set up mouse traps, and I actually caught a mouse, which was a funny thing. I said, yeah. I texted her. I said, yeah, all right, mum. Found it. Nothing to worry about anymore. And then like 2 days later or something, I was out and I was making breakfast, and our sink like looks out over the garden. There's a window in the kitchen. And all of a sudden I've seen this thing just come across the back of the garden and down under the fence. And honestly, I was sat there like this. Like,
just a rat stood there with a mouse, holding a mouse with its middle finger up. Like.
yeah. The mouse in my trap.
Just in your trap. What is holding? Like, wait, what's this, mate?
What are we going to do with that? And honestly,
just when the word get go, they're like, we got the upper hand here. We've got the upper hand. Jack ain't got a clue.
Yeah, honestly, they're like, guys, this is going to be an easy win here. We've faced worse in our time.
Mate, you got some big rats there in London. They're the London rats.
I had to apologise. To my mum. I said...
To the rats.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, boys. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, I wrote my little note in it like this big, just like, sorry. Just stay out my garden.
Mate, the size of these rats, they sound like you could put them on a piece of A4 paper.
Bloody thing would probably write a reply.
Dude, you're gonna wake up in a giant trap, like.
I'm gonna start having nightmares, isn't it?
You'll end up. They'll move your traps outside the door, or you'll be eating your dinner, and they'll just be baiting it.
Yeah, you get to a point. I think Am I the vermin? Maybe I'm the vermin.
We are.
But
We are the vermin.
maybe I'm in their garden.
What's that? Well, they were here first. What is that mug? Is that you on a mug?
This is the
Oh,
lights.
it's a very young you.
Yeah, it's a younger, lighter in weight, better
Is
haircut.
that your brother?
It's my better looking twin.
Why did you, bro? You just look like. Is that my brother?
I was. I did pick the wrong picture.
Oh, I've got a picture of my brother on my mug.
This is like if Jack was like Mark II, this is what it'd be. Like this is Mark I, and they go, yeah, that's not it, and they made Mark II.
That's right, mate. That's your Tony Stark version.
That was at my dad. The funny thing was, it was like that was at my dad's wedding, and I saw the cameraman in it because I was like, I see him, and I thought, all right, bring it over the shoulder.
The look away.
But that was actually.
Oi, take a picture. Look away. Act natural. Paparazzi, weren't it?
Yeah,
that was the
yeah.
I am digging the short. I am digging the shorter hair though,
mate. It's just a lockdown haircut, isn't it? And you get so used to it, you start to think like, I like it,
bro. I was not feeling it, mate. When I cut all my hair off, it just weren't me.
Yeah, but you're like Alex done such a good job of your hair.
Oh, when the first lockdown,
I was like, hang on, like she dyed it, cut it. I don't think you ever need a barber ever again, mate.
Yeah, we smashed it during, and then it got long, and then it looked even better when it was growing out. But then I was like, the beard and the hair just didn't feel like. Well, no, actually, it came down to when I did FC and I did the cyber series. I was announcing that, and they were like, "So, are you gonna shave the beard and the hair off?"
The most polite way possible.
So just about the about that beard, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna go because it was down here, like.
Yeah.
But I was digging it to start off, and I was building camper vans out of cars and stuff, and I was like, a bit of hilly-billy myself. But then you're
about to move to the Highlands, like this is it, mountain man.
When I shaved it off, I thought it was funny at the time to look like Conor McGregor, and then about a week later, I'm like, this is not me. This is not me.
Yeah.
It's not.
You literally didn't like the face you saw in the mirror, didn't you? You're looking back at yourself. Like,
I was like,
what have I become?
Yeah, and then it's growing back, and you got the awkward baby hair growing back, and it's just doing what it wants, and you think, now I've got to go back to work. I'm not just locked in, like, oh no.
I've not had that. I've not had the issue in it. So my hair has been like a mess. But now barbers are open. I'm like, now I've got a number 2 all over. I can go to the barbers, but what they're going to do?
Maybe just a cheeky little side fade.
Yeah, then I look like a US Marine, innit? You know, like the buzz cut. Like,
well, you're going to have to when you join the Navy. Why the Navy? What's this all about? I can't wait 5-10 years time and I can have you on the podcast talking about Navy stories, but why the Navy?
Mate, do you know what? I don't even know. So I was on furlough and stuff. And then, like, you got so much free time.
Bro,
much free time.
We can talk about TikTok. Lockdown made me do it, but you can't say lockdown made me go to the Navy.
Lockdown made me go into the Navy.
Lockdown made me do it.
And I was sticking with it. I get it.
You can't bail out now, mate. You look like a pussy.
Yeah. What do you mean I might go to war?
You just on this.
No.
You just on this ship, and they're like, so why are you here then? Well, yeah, I said I was going to do it during lockdown. And I felt like I couldn't bail out, so yeah, I'm stuck here now.
Yeah, I told my friends and family, I gave them the big one, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going in the Navy, innit? But then I saw the part where you go to war, and I thought, no, can't do it. Sorry. No, I'm just going to chicken out.
Yeah, why the Navy? Like,
so like I said, I was on furlough for like a long time. And when you got so much free time, you kind of like, you sit and you think like, cool, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to get into? Because I was working with FC and stuff anyway. And then I spoke to Danielle about it. And I was literally, because I always looked at becoming a fireman as well. So the job that I saw, and it literally as easy as, you see the Navy adverts? And it's like, join the Royal Navy. I was like, all right, I'll have a look. I'll see what it's. You've hooked me. Good advertising. I'll see what it's about. And I started going through, and there was a job, and it was called an aircraft handler, which is what I'll go to do. And they basically get the aircraft onto the deck, ready to like take off and stuff. But it's like a dual, like a two-way job where the second job is you're like the Navy fireman. So you like when I'm not deployed on a boat somewhere, I'll be based at like a naval air base, and you're basically the on-site fireman. And I thought, well, I was like, that's two stones with one bird there, really, because I can be a fireman and go and travel the world. Hopefully.
Bro, in your case, that is one bird with two stones, because the birds wouldn't be getting hit by stones; they'd be catching the stones.
Yeah.
In your case, like the rats.
In my back garden, it's two stones with one jack. That's what it is. They throw me.
So how are you feeling that you can't even catch a rat and you're gonna go and be in the Navy?
Pretty useless.
Be a, what you call it, a pirate? You want to go be a pirate?
I'll go be I was like, where can I get as far away from rats as possible? And I thought, yeah, Navy, middle of the ocean. Can't imagine there's any rats there.
They'll be there. You'll be in your bunker in the middle of the ocean, and that rat will be at the end of your bed with its finger up.
I'll get a letter, innit? I'll get a letter, and he's like, we know where you are, and it's just him and his mates. Like,
yeah, you could go as far as you want, mate, but we've got friends in the Navy.
Yeah. They got sea rats, innit?
Oh, well, that's a bit of a big career change, though, right?
Yeah, massive, innit? Massive. But like I say, it's motivation. Like so in college I was like, because I used to play football, I was always fit. And then I left and I moved away from fitness for so long, like didn't want anything to do with it. But then it got to a point where I was like, I want to try and get fit. And then with the Navy, it was like this new lease of life. Like I started doing like 5Ks, 10Ks, like proper getting back into it. So it's just been nice, isn't it? You're
still only young, bro. Like, why not? Eh? You could go in, not enjoy it, come out, and then still carry on a different career. Like
that's it. I think it's that last kind of like, if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like 30 and I think, do you know what? Give it a go. Like, had one too many nights out and I think, I can do it. I'm going to do it. And then just sign up overnight.
That sounds exactly how you did it, mate. Literally, you're like bloody Captain America. Just sees a poster of a big Jack Navy dude. Like, I'm in. in.
Just had a few pints and I've walked past, innit? It's like, join the Royal Navy. And I'm like...
You've just watched Pirates of the Caribbean. You've seen Captain Jack Sparrow. You're like, I'm on this. Seen the poster. I could do that.
Yeah, I do really well. Captain Jack Crow. Different bird. Same stupidity, I think. I don't think he could catch rats either, so...
No, I think he could.
Nah, definitely not.
He's evaded... I'm going to throw myself under the bus now because I can't even think of any baddies in the Pirates of the Caribbean. But he's evaded a lot of baddies. Davy Jones. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he evaded them, but I think he just kind of sent someone else to do it. Maybe that's what you're doing wrong. Maybe you need to call the rat catchers, mate.
yeah.
Maybe you need to call the people who know what they're doing. Yeah. Call the people that know what they're doing.
Someone who speaks rat.
So talking of rats and vermin, what's your take on this Super League?
Nah, they're not that clever. They're not that clever, mate. They're obviously not that clever.
Oh, clearly not. What about the rats, the vermin of the owners of the Big Six in the UK, jumping on it straight away, like the fat cats for the money?
It's not what everyone said, innit? It's been said so many times, but it's just true. It's just greed. It's just pure money, pure greed. And it's just like, how can we make the most money and try and make it look like we're doing it for the fans?
Yeah.
Like, really, what are you going to do?
It was just never going to work. Like, you wait for that one Man United v Real Madrid once every 4 years, or that Leicester City playing, did they beat Lyon or they knocked someone out of the Europa League? Like, you wait for that. I can imagine Real Madrid playing Man United every other week. It would get boring.
Mate, that was like, do you know, it was like the El Clasico and that. And you think, I watch the El Clasico. And you think, right, it got to a point, even when they were playing each other like 4 times a year, because they kept facing each other in like the semis. You go, all right, like El Clasico, times 4 ain't as
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, it's
Do you know what I
boring.
mean?
So imagine that as for a whole season.
Yeah, but it takes it away as well. Do you know what I mean? Like when you think like Big Six, and this is the bit that always makes me laugh. If you go, I think I said it to my brother, and I was like, really, Man City are consistently like Champions League. Do you know what I mean? For the past like 5, 10, well, maybe 10, like 5 to 8 years. And you think, what about Leicester? Like West Ham this season? Can you imagine all them fans that are like buzzing? Even if you get Dynamo Zagreb away, you go, that's midweek football, boys.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
midweek football. And that's the thing you
it's
take
that
away,
excitement. It's like the FA Cup. I love the FA Cup. I remember, I still talk about it now. Whenever someone mentions the FA Cup, when Man United came to Tamworth, and they played at the Tamworth Stadium, Sky Sports had to put near enough a new stadium up just to put their TV cameras on, just to get the right shots. And there's people stood in their back gardens watching the football, and like Fergie is in Tamworth, and the United bus rocking up. That excitement that would just have gone.
What was the one this season? And it was Tottenham played someone, didn't they? Lower league.
Yeah.
Their back gardens were numbered up.
Yeah.
Just in case they were
so
like
they could get the ball back. Yeah. And they got.
Mate.
There was like a big. There was a. I think I know it was Tottenham, but they had a Klopp. There was a giant Klopp up in the background.
Yeah.
And it's that excitement, and then like even it must be for the Tottenham players. You do get some of the brats, like the high level players that are probably like, oh, I don't want to play there because it's cold, it's windy, the pitch ain't right or whatever. But then some of them, I remember that same Tottenham game that who was it fell over? Was I think it might have been Kane. Kane fell over or something, and then all the Tottenham players on the side were like, whoa, they jumped up clapping him, like, and all the players from the other side were like laughing as well, and it's that excitement of I couldn't imagine, like I say, I weren't even just old enough to remember United coming to Tamworth, but I can't imagine what it's like for the players, like on Nutmeg Rooney or whatever, like.
Yeah, well, mate, do you know what it always is, isn't it? It's when they you get this non-league like mentality. And you get the non-league ref with it, and he snaps someone in half, and all the Prem players are like, "Oh my god!" And this guy's like, "I might have got the ball there," and the ref's like, "I think you might have." Play on, and everyone like proper like. I'll tell you what, boys. Like he's down the pub after like I've absolutely lined Kane up there, and I've had his absolute pants down.
Mate, it'd be like me when I was at school, I was never good at football, but whenever we played in PE, I would always attempt to nutmeg one of the school players. Yeah. I was never good at football. Maybe when I was in goal, like primary school, but high school never was the right level. I was a cross-country / rugby player. So when we were in PE, whatever, I would nutmeg them, but then not chase the ball. I'd just go for the nutmeg and be like, whoa, nutmegged you. Like, yeah, but Sam, you ain't got the ball. Yeah, but I nutmegged you. I was quicker than you. I thought about the nutmeg, got the nutmeg. Yeah, but Sam, you didn't get the ball. I did after. I don't care. And that's what it's like. That, like you say, down the pub, just, I nutmeg Rooney. Yeah, but you didn't get the ball. But I nutmeg Rooney. Or I nutmeg Kane, like you say.
Yeah, I've absolutely lined him up. But didn't he score 4 goals? Yeah, but that's not the point, is it? Yeah. That is not the point. I've absolutely lined him up. Those 4 goals, great. But he'll get up tomorrow, and the first thing he'll think of, God, my leg hurts, and I've done that.
That was me. And now I'm back to being an electrician today.
Just
with a hangover. Electrician with a hangover.
Best day's work he's ever done, isn't it? He's like, I fitted 50 sockets today, and I've absolutely lined Harry Kane up last night. But
that's
go again.
That's what they were going to lose. They were going to lose that. Yeah. Now, I think the problem for me is what's happened is there's been no fans for a year, and they've probably the clubs have not made this. Well, they probably have made the same revenue through BT Sport, through Sky Sport, through Amazon. And this big league, was probably never ever going to be for fans, as in stadium fans. It was going to be a massive league that sold a lot of TV rights, so you could sit in your home and watch Man United versus Bayern Munich or whatever, and they were going to make all their money out of TV rights, because the likes of like Amazon, who are probably going to have the Premier League in the next 2 or 3 years, because they're going to outdo Sky, they're going to outdo because Jeff Bezos can. And this Super League would have been just like, you know what, forget the stadiums, it's all about TV and about broadcasting, because that's the way the world's going to go. And that's why I'm excited that apart from other conspiracies that we're going to talk about in a minute, I'm definitely gonna bring into it.
Aliens.
I think
Definitely aliens.
aliens, yeah, because they can watch it. They can watch it.
They're trying to make it galactic.
You stumped me. You stumped me, mate. I'm speechless. That's like a proper Joe Rogan podcast. That is bringing aliens into it.
Yeah.
But like that's the way you've got to see that, especially this last year, that it's people with a lot of money are gonna try and force things online and on TV where we can just sit at home and do it. Look at Disney.
Yeah.
How many movies they've made over the last year, and I bet
Yeah.
they've spent 50% of the budget because they haven't got to put it in cinemas.
Oh,
They
100%.
just bang it on Disney, they bang it on Netflix, they put it onto Amazon Prime, and that's just easier than
Well,
having
how
to
quick did
distribute
they
it.
they brought out a streaming service, and then literally, like you're saying, it all of a sudden they've not just got Disney on there. They've got like Stars. They've got these other people that are like, well, let us be part of your streaming service.
And they're clearly making the money because they're paying Netflix are paying stars like The Rock.
Yeah.
They're playing, like, do you know what I mean? They're paying big stars to be on their streaming services, and that's where I think this league was trying to take football.
I think more than anything, like you say, like timing wise, when you think what everyone's been through in it, like everyone's got a story that COVID has affected them in some way. Do you know what I mean? And like some, it's just like life changing, literally life changing.
Just look at it though, like we were fans, yeah. Say we managed to just get a bloody season ticket to go to one of our stadiums, yeah. Which takes years to get and hundreds of pounds. I can't afford to go Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, PSG all in one season, let alone in 4 weeks. So how else am I going to watch them games? Oh, through a streaming service.
Yeah. Like midweek, you can't expect me to travel to Germany midweek to go and see Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
and come back for Thursday and rock up to work and go, yeah.
Next Wednesday, you're going Real Madrid.
Italy, yeah. By the time jet lag's caught up, I'm away again. I think
how else are you going to do that with a £20 a month subscription service?
Well, that's it. But Amazon come out, didn't they, and said that, like, literally, we heard what the fans said and like, we ain't going to touch it. So you think, well, that's good, because a big thing, like, it's one thing the fans kicking off, isn't it? But it's another thing when the other higher powers that be, like Amazon and that, agree and go, well, we ain't going to touch it. You go, okay. There's more of that sense. There's also that sense of community, like, good.
Like I say, I think Amazon will have it. BT Sport, and that's why I think BT Sport are pushing fighting so much.
Yeah.
Because they're going to lose the football in the next 5 years, and so Sky Sports. And they're going to have to force for the F1 and stuff, because Amazon are going to take... Look how many games Amazon played during lockdown.
Well, they had all New Year's and that, didn't they? They had and you think they had a big games.
Yeah.
And they've gone, here's a bit of money. We'll take those.
And Sky and BT have gone, we can't help. We can't fight. We can't defend that.
All right. We'll show you the National League. Like, Kings Lynn versus Sparrow. You go, all right, I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
So unless there wasn't a plan, like you say, I'm glad that people like Amazon have stepped up. Even if they've got a back plan of taking over the Premier League and getting it that way, I'm glad, because all it took for Amazon to do is say, well, we'll help you out. They put 300 billion more into this American dude that was putting 300 billion by himself into this league. You need Amazon just to go, well, I'll put 300 billion in, so you got 600 billion. The teams they're going to not give a toss about the fans, because the amount of money they're getting, they're not going to care about their stadium. They could shut their stadium down.
Yeah, turn it into flats.
They literally they'd need a pitch. They need a pitch with cameras. That's all they would need.
And now they've got crowd noises down to a T, by the way.
Yeah. Couple of seconds out. Hey, it wasn't a goal. Oh,
yeah. Even the fact they've got the oohs and the ahs, you go, that sound guy, that's the guy that needs a pay rise. That sound guy.
Do you mean, how scary is that, though? We've done a whole season, yeah? And I know the season hasn't been exciting, and I think that's why the football is pretty shocking at the moment. I can't tell you a game where I've gone, that was a game.
Yeah.
I can't tell you where
Yeah.
Man United have been 3-0 down and they've come back and won 4-3. Like,
Oh, mate.
or like your Liverpool have gone in and it's been like a 50-50 4-4 draw. Like I can't remember a game the last year where it's been like we lost, but damn, that was exciting.
Yeah, like all guns blazing, isn't it?
And
Even like the derby.
you miss that because of the fans.
Oh,
But how
100%.
scary is it that we've done a season and you don't need the stadiums full of fans?
Yeah.
It's very scary.
Yeah, like to an extent, you probably could see them like business wise, like everyone, like even the small businesses have had to go like, how can we adapt? So even like at points, the big businesses are going to go, how can we adapt? And they've gone, like you say, they go, well, do we need a stadium? And they're like, one of the best things I heard was like Premier League creating revenue. All they've got to do is start a streaming service. Imagine one streaming service that showed Premier League football, and that's the only subscription you needed. They'd make an absolute killing.
Well, just think how much they pay. Just think how much they get off each streaming service. So Sky pay Premier League money.
Yeah.
BT pay them money. Amazon pay them money. Like they're getting a lot as it is, which is obviously they were a bit scared about their revenue too. And the Europa League and Champions League, they were like, well, it's going to go. So what do we do here? So
well, I bought BT just so I could watch the Champions League. That's it. I don't even watch BT.
Like I say, that's what's scary. Like they've probably looked at it and gone, well, how many fans in the UK watch the Champions League and don't ever go to a match because they can't afford to travel? Oh, let's make a Super League with all the countries in. Well, the main countries for football, soccer in, and it'll become a streaming service. 100% that would have been a streaming service because your hardcore fans after a season would have gone, I can't afford this. United fans or you Tottenham, Chelsea, Man City fans been like, I've just spent about 10 grand on traveling the world the last season. I can't do this.
Yeah, they're relying on people's absolute love. Do you know what I mean? They're relying on the love of the sport for someone to go, well, yeah, I've spent this much. Because you will still get those group of hardcore fans that can afford to go, but two just will break their backs to go. But yeah, more often than not, you're just going to get someone like me. I'd do it. I'd go, I like United. I'm not going to go and watch them though. I might watch them one day, but I'll just sign up for a streaming set like BT, and that's it. You think he's busy?
It just scares me that it was a trial.
Yeah.
This was a little dip your toes in the water, see what happens, and then maybe the Champions League end up doing that, or someone that we trust because we trust them. We don't trust this Super League, and it's a toes in the water. How did they feel? How's it going to go? Maybe for a few years' time.
You still think like UEFA and FIFA are a lesser of two evils at the moment? Do you know what I mean? You've got all these owners that are gone, we're going to make a Super League. And everyone's gone, hang on, no, you ain't. And UEFA are going, well, now we're for the people. Like, happy days. Look at us. We'll do what you want. And you go, okay. But what about the corruption that's gone on in UEFA and FIFA? For like the World Cup in Qatar. And all of a sudden, Qatar's like, I'll tell you what, we're getting away with it here. Because the Super League's cropped up and gone, I'll tell you what, we'll be the out that you need. Like, everyone look over here while look what we're doing over here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It all just stems from money, doesn't it?
And that leads me on to a perfect, probably a very touchy subject I want to bring up, that this last weekend was anti-racism weekend. And if I've gone in, look, even my hands come out, like I've gone like about to drop the mic here. And also, it was George Floyd's murderer's trial yesterday.
Mm.
And that makes me think, especially from, I don't know if you watched the podcast, I had a very strong conspiracy theorist on the podcast. And he said something to me, you'll always notice when something big in the world's going on, something else will crop up. And he was saying about when it was Hillary Clinton's trial for what she'd been up to. And it was that blackout day when we blacked out Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And they found something that people would be passionate about. We blacked out Instagram. No one was posting anything about Hillary Clinton's trial.
Yeah.
Now look at yesterday. How many people didn't post about George Floyd's murder. I'm gonna say murderer's trial
Yeah,
because
convicted, innit?
because the world was going, well, not the world, but most of the world was going crazy about this Super League.
Yeah, when you flood it, you flood it with something else, isn't it? It's not, you've got to be everyone talking about it, but it's got to be
So, and
enough
this
that it's
happened
just
on
going to flood it.
Sunday. Sunday they released it, anti-racism weekend, and it also then adds up. There was a footballer that came out and said, "Why is it that when we're now talking about someone's pockets being threatened, that we all go
Yeah.
mad, but when the anti-racism came up, it we don't go as mad and we don't come as united." And it just
Oh,
made me
yeah.
think even more like, was this some sort of publicity stunt by someone somewhere? Because it was an American banker that has made this thingy. And it's the Americans that are having this trial for George Floyd.
Yeah.
And it's just all a bit. And Alex hates it that I get so. There's always another side to a story somewhere, but it just,
Yeah.
especially what he said to me, that these things happen. I notice it now. I'm like, actually, something big's going on in the world, and doink, this Super
Yeah.
League's just come up from nowhere.
Oh, yeah. It is. It's the powers that be, in it. Like, something never looks as bad when it's compared to something else. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, like UEFA's full of corruption, but at the moment the president looks like he's doing it for the people because these guys have come out. Compared to these guys, he's gone, yeah, I'll be your hero.
Yeah.
But it is comparison, it. But like you say, isn't it? Something like it was Bamford, in it, that come out and said, "Imagine if we tackled racism. Imagine, look what's happened in 2 days, like with the football community." And
I think though the problem is with racism is, choose my words carefully here, because of that problem that I'm about to talk about. I'll choose my word because it's so scary to talk out on.
yeah,
So you're scared of, even if you're in the right side or you have an opinion about the right things, it can be seen as by someone else as a bad opinion. Whereas you go, I hate the Super League. I like the Super League. It's fine. You have an opinion on something like racism, and someone takes your opinion as wrong. That could damage you. It could damage who you are. So I think it's very scary, especially for people in the limelight, celebrities, footballers, to come out and talk about it sometimes, because you can say the right thing and it could still be damning for you. Whereas like the Super League, come out and say, I fucking hate it, sound, or I like it, or he said he liked it, and they forget about it.
yeah,
So I
it
think
is.
that's why it's so easy to come out and talk about stuff like that. And I think the reaction we had to racism was good, and that they're still sticking by it. Like, there's still, on every football, it's always still anti-racism. They still take a knee. And I'm glad that it's not just suddenly disappeared, which is what you normally see when something happens like that. It just disappears. So I'm glad that they are keeping it up. But it is scary how easy it is to fight one side of one thing and not the other when something's so big.
That's it. But I think now, imagine you, like you say, like imagine the force that people can have. It can be like you can. Well, I say that you can't always eradicate all the bad, because there'll still be like one person who's going to make that comment, and it's going to start offending people, whether that's race or discrimination or something. But what we can do is make sure that that one person that's done it does get, whether it be conviction or he can get disciplined in a way that makes him not want to do it again.
And he did. He got found guilty on all three. So big shout out to the fucking judges and the jury and whatever in America for shutting that motherfucker down, and hopefully he gets his justice in prison. I hope they get hold of him, and I hope they don't kill him. I hope they just make him suffer for as long as he is in there.
Give him a few bars of soap, a couple of shower treatments.
A couple for the rest of his life.
A couple a day
of his life. People say like you should give a life for a life, but I think you should just make him suffer. Not take his life, just make him suffer. But we should be protected by people of the law, man. We should feel safe. And even me, as someone who say we're privileged, we're white, we're male, they say we've got the ultimate privileges, I still sometimes don't feel safe with the police, because whatever they say goes. I've been detained, and I've been held, and I've been questioned by police, and you feel like you're definitely not listening to me here, but whatever I say is not gonna care because you're the police and I'm not.
Yeah.
You were saying
Yeah.
this is what I meant, or this is what I was doing, and I'm saying, well, that's not what I was doing, but you're the police, so it's never gonna
Yeah.
go my way. So
I
I
think
can't
you
imagine
do.
what it's like to feel like someone who doesn't feel privilege.
Yeah, you do. I think you get these authoritative figures. Do you know what I mean? It's the majority of the police force. I think you think are bang on. Like, they're good guys. They do their job. They want to do it to the best of their ability. But you get these authoritative figures, and you get them in all walks of life. But like, I've come across some in like coaching roles, playing football. Like, just want that to be the guy in charge.
Yeah, abuse
But
their
unfortunately,
powers.
yeah, but unfortunately, some authoritative positions have more power than others. And like you say, if a police officer does abuse it, it's going to affect someone a lot more. Like you say, you if you're in a position and you disagree with him, you're just going to have to choke it down and say, "All right, sorry, sir."
Yeah.
But you walk away and you go, "That worked. Something about that worked right.
That's what I
Something
mean.
about
Like,
that worked right."
even I, someone who they say a privileged white male, doesn't feel great when I get pulled over, or because it don't matter if you weren't speeding, as long as if they can prove something or say something, you're stuffed.
Yeah,
You haven't got a chance in hell. And like you say, there are 95% of the police force, the military, the security services, coaches, people like that
yeah,
are good and don't abuse their powers, but there are some people who get very power hungry, and that's what's happened in the football, right? What we were
yeah.
just talking about. They've got
That's
power
it. Money and
hungry, money
power.
hungry. One positive that's come out of it, because this podcast's all about positive, is if there are football fans on here, Ed Woodward is stepping down
Oh,
from Man United. That virus,
mate.
that fungus, that dude who can't make a bloody deal, who can't buy a player
Yeah.
to save his fucking life, is finally disappearing. And I hope they put Peter Schmeichel there.
Michael. Yeah, do it. It's
Or
good.
Gary Neville.
I think Gary Neville deserves it.
Bro, him.
Between him and Carragher, I'd give them. If I had the decision, I'd give Neville United. I'd give Liverpool, Carragher to Liverpool. Here you go, boys. Run it.
Dude,
Have
I
fun.
was listening to the United game when they announced it, and I don't know if you were watching or listening to the United game the weekend when they announced this new Super League plan, and
Yeah.
Gary Neville had obviously just been given it
Oh, he went
whilst
off,
he
didn't
was commentating, and he went off, but then watching the game again, then he was silent, and he said, "I can't concentrate on the game." He was like,
Yeah.
"I'm fuming, I'm seething." And he was not even commentating on the game at hand because he was so angry about these plans he'd
I
been talking
saw.
about. And then
I saw
his
his
interview
like, his
after, mate,
rant.
I was like, let's
Yeah.
go. He was
That was
like,
it. His rant, innit? Because I was like, you start to look. Because I think I was doing it. I think it was Sunday, innit, when I was drunk. And like, you wake up and then you start to hear stuff about it and that, and then it comes and you go, like, I've got a group chat with the boys I play football with, and that started going off. So my mate asked me about it. I was like, I don't know, mate. I'll be honest. Like, I've not really been attached. Like, then I see that Neville's gone on he's gone off for the fans, and then Carragher's gone off, and all these people. I think, all right. And then you start going down the old rabbit hole, and you go, bloody hell. And I listened to Gary Neville. It was like 9 minutes.
bro, I was like,
Just
Gary
like
Neville for
full
president,
rant.
for prime
Yeah.
minister.
For
I was
private
like,
and president.
Gary Neville for prime minister. Like, get Buzzer
Mate.
out, Gary Neville in there. The way he was talking, mate, with no script, was just like, it was incredible.
He was seething.
I was in awe. I literally got back for the last 10 minutes of the game when United pulled it back.
Yeah.
And it's best part of the game. But then just sat there watching him. It was like I was watching Barca's speech when he first locked us down.
Yeah.
Like, I was just sat there watching, and I was in awe of this man talking. I've never been in awe of a football player, talking about something so, probably you could call it political. I was in awe. Like,
It was just his passion. I think the last speech was that good was when they landed on the moon. And Joey said, like, one small step. Neil Armstrong. Make sure I get the right Armstrong in it, not the cyclist.
yeah,
Neil. I think it's up there. It's got to be up there with one of those speeches.
it was, yeah. He's like, they're bottle merchants.
Yeah, mate. Honestly. But you think, like, I was having a discussion like on my mate and that, and I said, someone Like, and that brings me back to your point about, did they do it just to dip their toe in? Because you think there's a lot of fans that work for the clubs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't just go, oh, I'll get a job at Man United. That's a big company. You go, love Man United. I'm going to get a job at Man United with my childhood club. Someone down the line must have like nudged one of the owners and gone, this ain't a good idea, mate. And he like, surely someone's got to tell it. If not,
who knew about it? Who knew
well,
about it? You don't know who knew about it.
Well, a lot of you, like they were saying,
because
Ollie
had his interview after, and he was like that. Can't tell you anything about it.
Yeah,
He
but then
didn't know.
is that like a political? I'll just shoo it off.
I ain't getting involved.
Yeah, this ain't me. This ain't my fight yet. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, but it's just daft, and it's just greed and money.
I think there was a bigger picture. Same as we haven't even talked about it. The Champions League changing their platform and how they're working.
Yeah,
and no one's even spoke about it. So was it even a plan just to shy away from that, so the Champions League could easily change what they're doing? They're getting rid of the group stages and having like a mini tournament before it type thing.
Yeah, so what is it like? It's 36 teams.
Yeah, so there's teams that
no knockout.
Yeah, there's teams that don't qualify get a chance to qualify, like higher level teams. Get a chance to still qualify.
Yeah, but that's daft.
It is, and then now they're getting no group stages. It's like a mini tournament. You play 10 times or something.
Yeah, you have a minimum of 10 games. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you great for a small club. I say a small club. You're in the Champions League. You're a small club. A smaller club. That's great. That's
West Ham might be there. They're pretty small.
Yeah, they got a big stadium though.
They have.
But you think like someone like that, like that's 10 games in Europe, and you go, that's pretty good. Like financially for a small club, that is pretty good.
Yes, that's what I mean. So is this Super League thing, was it literally just a ploy? Because if the Champions League had just gone, here's our plans, would everyone have the same reaction? Yeah,
but that's when you got to like ask yourself, innit? You go, the UEFA president come out and he's like, well, owner of Juventus has said that he agrees with it. And then 2 days later, he's going in the Super League. And this owner has said that they'll do it, and then they've gone in the Super League. And you go, well, you're a corrupt organisation. What do you expect? Like, do you know what I mean? There's no like, it's that honour amongst thieves, isn't it? And that's all they are. They're just really good thieves.
What did you say you said on my message yesterday? Shoot them all.
Yeah, shoot them all.
Shoot them all.
Yeah, old Infantino, the head of FIFA, he's going, this is really bad. And you go, yeah, but you know, also bad. You put in the World Cup in Qatar with the amount of deaths, the amount of basically slavery that's going on over there to build stadiums. You have to build stadiums. I said to my brother the other day, I said, why don't they just do it? Whoever wins the tournament hosts the tournament. You think it'll be, and you so France won. You host it in France, and France are going, no one's going to die here. Like, we've got everything. We've got the infrastructure to do it.
Like you say though, it's what's corrupts happened to make Qatar get it, because London were going for it, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah. When Russia got it.
So like, what are those other countries doing politically down the line to get it?
Yeah.
Like when South Africa got the World Cup and they weren't really ready for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what are they doing to get that? Like, they're not pleading like, oh, we're poor, we need the money. What are they doing to beat big cities like London to it? Like,
yeah, well, Russia, innit? It was like the 25 people that vote who gets the World Cup, 24 voted Russia. And everyone went, hang on, that's not like that. How's that work? Like, and everyone at the time went, well, that's corruption. And they go, yeah, it is, but you know. And then the World Cup comes, and you feel it. Like England do great, and we absolutely forget about it because we tell everyone it's coming home, and it never really is coming home.
Oh, don't get me talking about it.
It is this Euros. I'm going to open a window. Absolutely sweating it. All this football's absolutely working me up.
So, the thought of running around.
I've got absolute sweat on.
I'll say we could sit here for hours about corruption and rabbit holes and the government and what's gone on the last year and a half being fake or not being fake, or who's capitalised on Corona, who haven't capitalised on Corona. But the problem is, you have to just sit back and let it happen.
Yeah, there's not.
Like even if this Super League, we've argued it. Yeah, we've won. We've beat these big fat cats in America to the Super League. It's now not a thing. But then, like you say, the Champions League is still winning. UEFA's still winning. Who are now, they're corrupt too. And it's everyone wins.
You got to think as well. These clubs, these 12 founding clubs, have got contracts. So the next interesting thing is, well, what does their contract say? And you go, all right, well, because old Perez has come out and said that he goes, well, you sign contracts. So whether you don't want to or not, you might have to because it's legally binding. And then you go, oh, okay. So, yeah, like we've won this battle, but have you really won the war? Who knows? We don't know yet.
And like you said, though, no one's lost out really, because there's other corrupt people that are winning.
Yeah. Everyone's coming back to UEFA, and all of a sudden, all these streaming services and that we speak of are like, oh, actually, no, we will go back to UEFA, and we'll show the European games. Because Amazon, I didn't know this, but Amazon Prime in Germany and Italy already, they host the Champions League. So they already show the Italian and German Champions League matches. I didn't know that.
That's the problem. The world is never not going to be corrupt.
I think the only thing that... No, yeah, do you know what I mean? That's why I'm going into the Navy, innit? See if I can change corruption.
One man who can't defeat the rats is going to go and try and change the world corruption.
Rats aren't corrupt. They're clever. And now I'm sticking by it.
Oh, I thought you were going to finish that then to have like an amazing quote like, rats aren't corrupt, they're clever, something about the government.
I say be more like rats, but I think they are like rats, just lacking clever.
Just not London rats.
Not London rats.
Just not London rats.
Can you imagine if I tried hunting rats in London? There'd be so many. I still wouldn't get one.
I bet they're even bigger towards the city as well.
Yeah,
they're called Boris Johnson.
Yeah, if they rocked up at me, I think I'd just throw my wallet at it and hope that it just left me alone. Just take my money, take it.
There was a comedian does a sketch on that, isn't that? And I think it might be London Rats as well. It might be Mickey Flanagan.
Mate, they're massive.
How big the rats are in London,
like, and they don't care rats. As well.
Super rats. So you're getting like the offspring of the super rats. You're outside of London, aren't you?
Yeah, Milton Keynes. Yeah,
Milton Keynes.
The travel.
I thought you were Croydon. Why did I think you were Croydon?
Nah, because I used to work up there. That's why.
Oh, it's where the family's from. They're Croydon.
Repping ends. Kind of.
Wow, that's been a very broad and exciting coffee with Sam Jack.
That's been insane. And I've run out of coffee ages ago.
Thanks for joining me, brother. I finally got you on here.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again in person so I can come and see your studio.
Oh, dude, as soon as you can travel outside of London.
Okay.
Because I can't afford to pay you. So it's not work.
What do you mean? You're getting an invoice as soon as I sign off.
I can't afford your rates, mate.
All right, what? 3 pints? That it?
Oh, sound. Let's do it then. If that's what it says on the invoice, we'll sort the invoice out and I'll get you down for work.
3 points. By the time I finish the 3 pints as well, I'd have probably just paid it back in another 3 pints because I think we're on a roll here. And if I get to 6, I'll probably just keep going.
Sound. Get it on the contract. We'll get it drawn up and we'll sort it out. And if the police stop you, you've got a contract drawn up and you're being paid in some sort.
Yeah, sorry. This is legal. This is legal work that I'm doing. I'm fulfilling a binding contract. No corruption here. Just 2 guys working.
2 guys, 6 beers. 2 guys, 6 beers.
That don't sound right. That sounds like a rabbit hole all in itself.
That's another branch off of the podcast.
Yeah.
2 guys, 6 beers.
That's the new XX rated podcast.
There's no cups involved. There's no jar involved. It's just 6 beers, all right?
No nudity. Saying it now. No nudity. Well, 6 beers. Who knows? Maybe.
Oh dear. Well, thanks for joining me, bro. Like that was we had one topic, and we went into about 10 topics, and we've probably upset a broad range of people.
Yeah.
But kept a lot of people happy.
Lovers. Yeah. I hope so.
A lot of people happy. Yeah, you will. You watch. I'll get animal lovers on here saying stop killing the rats.
The RSPCA. But they can't even say stop killing the rats because I haven't even got to it. I can't even get close to them.
Well, yeah, they can't kick off because you've actually helped the rats. You're feeding them PB&J, and you're keeping them fit by chasing them.
They've had good cheese, good peanut butter, and a bit of entertainment probably.
Yeah, checking you, watching you sneak around the garden, thinking, "What is this douche up to? What is he even doing today?"
Doing military roles around the garden.
Like, Dave, I've heard he's going. I don't know why I always go to Dave, but like, Dave, I've heard he's going to the Navy, and John's like, John's on the floor like,
he's the problem. He's the problem. He's like, guys like that get into the Navy. What kind of people are they employing?
And on that missile, on that bombshell, on that missile, on that sunken ship.
Grab yourself a little coffee and a podcast.